So, counting us in. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. You're listening to a Coffees with Toffees podcast. I'll be your host, Flubb, and this is the Brewmaster's Draft, a show where we talk a little bit about Dota and a little bit about beer. As always, I am joined today with my lovely co-host and a person who we've actually already done the intro once already because I screwed up and the mic wasn't on, so if it sounds a little practiced, I'm sorry about that. But
is this the Twilight Zone? I don't know what's happening.
So we're gonna ask Kimbrell the same questions, and he's probably gonna repeat the same answers. But Kimbrell, how's your new job treating you, my friend? How's this new experience been for you?
New job is great. No, okay. To repeat myself, the new job is great. There's a lot of back work from the employee from before. However, bosses have been very gracious, have been very kind, making me feel appreciated, so it's always good. And then the staff that I'm over has made me feel appreciated, and they told me they're excited because I'm actually doing my job, which is a little odd. You would think anybody would. It's just kind of that comes with the territory, you know, but I guess not. I don't know. So yeah, it's been great though. I don't get paid until I started today, and then so it's like 1, 2 until the 7th. So it's 3 Fridays without a payday. So I am a little broke. However, it's all right. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, that's kind of what we got into before, and we were kind of talking about how the Steam sale's been out, and it's so great to have this availability of all these different games. And I've actually kind of gone down a hole myself. I've been playing a lot of Dota, and I've been playing that to get ready for these TI qualifiers, having a lot of fun with that. Kind of made a makeshift team with some old players that I've had on other teams and some people that I've just picked up that I've really trusted. So a lot of good coming out of there, and we're going to have a team run through tomorrow on Saturday, and hopefully, you know, we can get to the end and I can just give Kimbrell my extra tickets, you know, for TI, and I can just get there myself. He was giving me the business, I guess, before. I don't know. I don't think that's the right phrasing, but he was saying, "Hey, give me those tickets if you get to TI," and I was like, "Of course, I'm gonna get to TI." So it's all good. And we were talking, and I'm also really into Darkest Dungeon this week. Like, I'm really into Dota, and I'm loving it. I'm playing it a lot, but Darkest Dungeon is just this great game, and I've been really enjoying playing it. It's been a lot of fun. It's very strategic and it's very punishing. So it's Dota light that you can play by yourself. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and then I went along the lines talking about how, oh yes, it looks great. It looks like a great game. I've watched people play it. I haven't played it myself. I'm broke. Not broke enough to buy the $20 compendium bonus thing, but you know, broke enough to not buy a new game, I guess. I don't know. But we're keeping the $20 on the down low. No one needs to know about it except everyone that's listening to this. Basically, I just gotta hope that my wife doesn't try to watch this or listen to this and make fun of me one day and be like, aha, look, wait, you did what?
Well, it's just $20. You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
Oh, yeah, I'll be perfectly fine. It's just anyway.
Yep.
Okay. So to progress from earlier, what beer are you drinking today, Flubb?
Oh, I'm drinking, so we kind of talked a little bit about this. We were kind of jiving each other before the cast, and I'm drinking this beer. My neighbor came up to me, and he was like, hey, dude, I know we, like, give each other beer all the time. He's like, I don't really like this beer. If you want to give it a try, there's this one type of brand that I really like, but I tried this beer, and it kind of is bad. That's what he said. So I'm not expecting too much from it today, but it's a Sweetwater Brewing Company. He got it from Tennessee or something, down south, and it's called Goin Costal. It's an IPA with pineapple. It's got a hint of pineapple, but it's weird. It's a little weird for me. Sipping on it now. We'll see how it feels by the end, but I'm not hating it as much as I thought, because pineapple with beer and an IPA, that's like all check marks on my list that I do not want. So, yeah, all right, Kimbrell, what are you drinking?
Bad experiences with IPA. I'm drinking, so I mentioned earlier, One, I'm a little broke, and two, I've been busy this week. I didn't mention that in the Brewmaster's Draft 2.0 version of today's cast, but I've been super busy at work. Obviously, it's a new job, and there's a lot of back work. So I didn't completely forget about the show, but I completely forgot about everything that came with the show. I was like, hey, I got that, I got the podcast tonight. I should probably leave a little early. And then on my way home, I was like, hey, I don't have any new beer, and I don't have a draft ready, and I'm supposed to be drafting tonight. So, one, I'm bringing you an unprepared draft, and I'm actually kind of excited to see how, because I've watched some streams a little bit the last couple nights, and I've seen some heroes. I'm like, hey, that's a good hero. So anyway, and then I'm drinking one of the beers from the first few weeks. It's called Sho'nuff. I don't know if I had my camera at that point. If I did, then here it is again. If not, it's got this weird little person. I don't know. I don't know. It all I know is I rated it like a 3.5 or a 4 at that point. It's been sitting in my fridge. I had 1 out of 4 left over, and it just kind of got pushed to the back, and I found it today. And I was like, I'll give that another try, and then I'll just go to my other go-to, or my go-to, and then we'll start over next week, and I'll actually have a new beer.
Yeah, that works.
So, yeah.
I think that was actually the first beer that you had on camera. I think that was
really?
the first camera episode. So, that's good. That's good. Getting back to the originals. All right. Well, besides that, though, is there anything else this week that happened? Because I feel like I'm missing something out, especially for myself. I had it all ready and locked away in our conversation before, but the cannot hear Flubb thing that got me all in a stressful mood. So, is there anything we're forgetting?
I don't think so. I think we're good. I think we got the beer covered. We got the game covered. We got Dota covered. We got you going to TI covered.
Oh, I got a new computer. Totally forgot about that. I finally got that all finished up. So that's why all of this has been a problem in the first place. I had my setup all nice and great on my old computer, but hopefully it's got better quality this time. Hopefully you can see better things. You can just see and feel like this is like a better cast in general. I'm excited to see what people have on their comebacks, on how they can tell me on what to do better here and there. Honestly, this is still a pretty new process to me. I've only been doing this really for 6 months. So, it's any feedback is great, and we're getting into this show, and I've kind of like, okay, I got this all set up, I got it all ready, and then like one thing after another, you realize there's cracks in the system as you're about to go on air, and it's great to have that happen, because then you kind of see us in our vulnerable spot. You're like, oh man, Flubb screwed up. His name is true of what he is. For those of you who don't know, Flubb means screw up or mess up. So, yep, it's in my name. I have to do it at least every episode. Something has to go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the stream right now, just having it pulled up, I think that our cameras look better, to be honest with you. I mean, you can see my pretty face a little clearer. You can see yours a little clearer. Everything looks a little clearer than it did last time. So,
yeah,
already looking good.
Yeah, hopefully everyone loves that. And if you guys haven't been watching, last week we did a kind of a on the spot thing. It was a versus mode where we actually drafted versus each other live, and we're going to be doing that again today. And that's why Kimbrell was saying, oh, we don't have a thing, but we're going to just kind of wing it and go live. So we actually have been using this site, and it's basically an online site. What's the site's name again, Kimbrell, real quick? Dota2draft.the-cluster.org. Yeah, it's a mouthful, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, and we've just been kind of playing versus each other on it, kind of beefing up, going back and forth, and this is what we're going to do live. So we're going to move over to the draft at this section. I'm going to switch over to the other camera here. Oh, and I'll have to give you a new number once you're ready. Okay, hold on. It's not showing up. It's grabbing the wrong thing. Oh my goodness. No. Are you kidding me? Just click on that one then, I guess, and then okay. Hold on. Display capture. Dude, I understand. When I got my
PC, I mean, like, setting it up, I was like, everything is great. This is beautiful. But then I realized all my settings were completely different than like when I had laptops and things. I was just like, there's so much that I need to change already.
Yep.
So, definitely understand.
And
so I think what's happening. Okay, so.
Okay.
You get it? Okay, you got it.
I got it. Okay.
Okay. I'll send you the new. I'll tell you the new room ID once you're ready. Because
All
I'll
right.
check this out.
So what's the room ID here?
It is 3091.
3091. All right. Just type that in super slow. All right, cool. Okay. Getting ready for the draft here. Fired twice. Yep, I'm definitely fired twice for that. Alright, so we're going to be going into this draft. I'm ready now. Hear these lovely little dings every time it's my turn. We're going to be talking through our drafts here and trying to figure stuff out. What side do you want, Kimbrell?
I'm going to choose Radiant side.
Okay. Alright. And I got first pick. Ooh, I got first pick. Maybe I can determine the draft. Screw you over. Alright. Well, first off, I always like banning this hero. It's really strong right now, and there's a lot of different answers. There's some different answers to it, but I really enjoy the potential of what he can do. And if I can't get him, then I'm going to get him out of the field. So I'm going to ban out a Night Stalker.
That's a good ban. I'm going to ban out this other cancerous hero, Necrophos, because screw that hero. I mean, I just feel like he's pretty strong, especially against a few things that I'm considering picking.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we got Necrophos banned out. Okay, so we know that he's going to be maybe he's going to be going for something tanky here in his draft. So if he's going for something tanky, Necrophos would be a good band. So if we want to get rid of something tanky that we can't deal with, I'm going to look for... who do we want to get rid of? Honestly, I'm not too afraid of tanky heroes at this point. You know what? Earthshaker. Everyone freaking plays Earthshaker. Get that hero out of here. Get that mess out of here.
Okay. Alright. Alright. Damn it. Okay, that throws a little chink in the things, but I think we'll be okay. I'm going to go ahead and ban a support hero that I don't want to play against. That is Warlock, sorry. Ban Warlock. I feel like he's always pretty strong. Just the team fight capability, the de-initiation capability, the how he's able to burst people with his oh man, I always get this name messed up. It's not Searing Chains. It's no, the skill. That
It's
one.
Fatal Bonds.
You know,
It's Fatal
Fatal
Bonds.
Bonds. I always get those two mixed up for some reason.
Start us out, huh? Let's. Okay. I'm starting us out. I'm gonna do something a little safe, but I have an idea for it. We're gonna go with Rubick. He's classic. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I mean, that's Rubick first pick is always. I mean, it's a safe one unless there's I decide I'm just gonna choose a bunch of heroes that have no skills like Wraith King and I don't know.
Wraith King still get a stun.
I got yeah, you still get a stun. That's always good. Okay, so first pick, I'm going to choose. If I can find him. Spirit Breaker, and since he took my Earthshaker, or banned my Earthshaker, I guess I should say, I'm going to go ahead and pick my other hero. I am terrible at finding these heroes. That's what happens when you don't draft for a while. Okay.
Oh, Sniper. Wow. Sniper first phase. All right. Okay, so we got Sniper being picked up. Maybe he's playing a support sniper. Maybe he's just trying to troll me and try to pull the support sniper on the first Brewmaster's draft before me. But I do like Rubick versus the Spirit Breaker. I still think I have something there to stop him out. He's pretty decent at it. He can either lift up someone else to stop his charge, kind of get a double charge momentum out of the way, or just pick him back up and move him further into the tower if he's trying to dive a tower, or move them towards the enemy team so that you can stun them out as well as they're diving with him. So still pretty good matchup there. At this point though, there's probably some type of way that we need to get up on top of that sniper. We need to have some type of availability. So at this point versus a sniper, I'm going to actually pick up a Clockwork. And there's a lot of reasons why that you want to pick him up, but I'll kind of talk a little bit later about it in the draft.
Okay, that's a good ban, or a good pick, because I had him set to be banned actually with this ban right here. So, good pick. Good job. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and ban this hero, if I could find this one also.
Okay, banning out the Viper, huh? Alright. Alright. Viper's pretty strong. Can put some pressure on the sniper. Still tanky enough that he can resist dives. I want to ban out stuff that's divey. So one popular combination is Dark Seer with a Spirit Breaker. Just makes him very useful and lets him dive and have more kill potential there at the same time. So I'm going to take him out.
It's a good ban. I actually didn't think about Dark Seer. I always tend to forget about that hero. And then at the end of a draft, I'm like, Dark Seer. At the end of the draft, I'm like, oh, you know what? Dark Seer would have been a good hero.
Hell yeah. He's awesome.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and ban another support. I don't know how strong Winter Wyvern is right now, but I just know that with the draft that I'm thinking of, even with Earthshaker banned, I feel like that is a good hero to ban.
Mm-hmm.
Plus his lane harasses, or her lane harass is always pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Something that can dive with that. Cancel out this potential. You know what? I'm going to ban out it's something completely different, but it's a good hero right now, and it offers a lot to the team in general. I'm going to ban out the Troll, because Troll Sniper is a really strong combination. He can kind of be that middle ground, so that would be frontline, middle, and backline would be all set up for his draft. Now I can't get the middle as easily.
Troll Sniper. That just brings back terrible, terrible memories of 6 point, what was it, 8-3, I think?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Troll Sniper. Every game.
No, thank you. All right. So I'm not sure if I want to pick my support right now. I'm going to go ahead and pick my carry. I'm going to pick Sven.
Okay.
I feel like their hero's pretty strong. I've been seeing it a lot every time I'm popping onto Twitch, whether it's the summit or it's the open qualifiers or it's Arteezy streaming or it's somebody streaming. It's like there is a Sven in the game almost always. So I feel like he's been pretty strong.
He's had some potential for sure. Okay, gonna go a little bit out of left field here. Pick up Puck.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go with a hero I actually didn't even have listed, but I kind of like it.
Ooh, okay, so he picks up an Elder Titan.
Elder Titan, yes.
Round out his draft. Interesting pick. Interesting pick. All right. So a lot of pressure there, a lot of availability. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go with good old Lifestealer to round it all up, since you got all of that tankiness, and I got 2 delivery mechanisms, my friend.
Okay. All right, so last ban. I'm gonna go. Let's see. You have 2 supports, a potential mid or off lane, and your carry. Or actually, you have 2 potential off lanes with Clockwork and Puck. I was just assuming that Clockwork and Rubick would be your 5 and 4, or 4 and 5, and Puck mid or off lane. So you kind of, I don't know. You either need a mid or an off lane or a support. Jesus. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'll go ahead and ban Timbersaw. I feel like you have a lockdown for Timber to be able to help, like, jump onto somebody. I have 3 strength heroes. Though Elder Titan does kind of counter with his armor and everything, I still feel like Timbersaw, strength hero, or Timbersaw versus 3 strength heroes is always good.
It's true. It's true. Well, you definitely need some type of support here. I don't fear too much right now. Honestly, the best thing that I can do right now is just get out of Crystal Maiden. Make sure that you can't spam your spells with all those heroes. Oof. I'm down to the last few seconds here. Timbersaw was actually going to be the pick that I had there. Oh... What do we run here? What do we run? I think I am actually going to pick Centaur.
Centaur's pretty good. Gives you a lot of escape. Especially once that sleep wears off, you're able to just pop that ult and run away. Unless I'm just chain stunning the crap out of you. Okay, well, my last pick, I'm going to pick it anyway. It wasn't originally, I had it as Ogre / someone else. It was just depending if I wanted another melee hero or not. But I think I'm going to go with this hero, even though you have a Rubick. It kind of scares me. And that hero is going to be Enigma, if I could find Enigma on the screen.
Wow, an Enigma, huh?
Yes. So where in God's name is Enigma? Why am I? There it is. Okay. Jeez.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So now we have to pick where we're gonna go in lanes on this website. It does that, and the final draft is. My team has Rubick, Clockwork, Puck, Lifestealer, and Centaur. And on Kimbrell's team, he has a Spirit Breaker, a Sniper, a Sven, a Elder Titan, and an Enigma. Interesting. Interesting lineup. I'm on Dire, so my offlane is bottom. Okay, I think I have mine.
Okay, I'm trying to round out mine. I'm trying to decide between two things.
I've clicked mine, so if you want to talk through it, you can go on ahead.
Okay. Obviously, Spiritbreaker is going to be roaming. I mean, that hero, level 1 roam isn't great, but once he hits level 2, just roaming in general, like all the time with that hero, is it's never a bad thing, obviously. The only dilemma I'm having is who... like, do I want Sven? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I didn't know if I wanted to have 2 melee heroes versus the Centaur, but I feel like it's okay. I feel like Sven can like still deal with the Centaur decently. So yeah, plus depending on your skill build with Elder Titan, I feel like you can do decently versus a Centaur. So
yeah,
those are my lanes. That's what I figured your lanes would be. Just a roaming clock with the support and Lifestealer with the puck mid and the Centaur off lane. So I feel like that's a pretty general draft, especially with Clockwork, with how he's been pretty popular recently with his support play.
Definitely. It's not a lot of surprise coming out from me, and honestly, whenever I'm trying to go versus someone, especially if someone's going a little more original than I've seen in a while, I'm going to try to pick more comfort and know where I'm going to be going from and run a draft that I know works versus it, because you have a lot of availability there, my friend. Like, I see where you're coming from. You have a lot of team fight potential, and then you have a Spirit Breaker kind of running around guaranteeing that they're going to be able to get farm. So I do like the Spirit Breaker with the Enigma, actually. It's a very strong combination. You have a big team fight hero that has a lot of availability, but he's very greedy and is easily punished. So you get one of the heroes that are incredibly strong in the very beginning that is not about team fight, that's just about picking people off and can basically solo pick people off. The thing is, though, I prepared for you. I knew that Spirit Breaker was coming. So I don't know if he's going to be able to give as much space as you want, because I got a roaming duo that's pretty strong together, and like, Puck's okay. If you charge Puck, he's going to get out of it pretty easily. And same thing with Lifestealer. Like, yeah, you can lock him down with all of his stuns and stuff, but he can just turn around and eat the Spirit Breaker back. Unless you have like a 4-man gank on top of him. And I picked up the Centaur. So this is my idea. So I have the supports to roam and gank at the very beginning. I got Puck to do her thing, and she's going to have a problem once she hits level 3. Because once she hits level 3, Sniper's basically going to be hitting level 3, and Sniper can zone her whenever he hits level 3 with the shrapnel. But hopefully by then, my supports will be able to hit level 2, or if not, we'll have the availability that the lane will be somewhat in my favor, and I can then use their ganking potential to go help mid at that point. Whereas, like, Puck, it's much harder to gank than it is a Sniper. So that was my plan right there. And then with Centaur, the reason why I picked Centaur last, and it's kind of a last pick, and the only reason why I did it is because of his Ags. The best way I can always think of to stop out an Elder Titan is to say, okay, you're going to lower my magic resistance and my armor? Okay, well, I'm just going to give a flat 40% damage reduction to all damage that's incoming damage that's going to happen. So, good way to stop that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It definitely is. I actually wasn't expecting the Centaur. I really thought you were going to pick a mid. To be honest, I thought maybe you're going to put the Puck off lane to kind of harass the 2 melee heroes with Puck's reach and his or her it. It's magic damage, so I felt like that might be something you were going to go for. So yeah, but I couldn't not been out the timber saw with the decent amount of lockdown that you already had versus all the strength heroes that I had. So
yeah, most definitely. That is true. Honestly, when you're looking at this draft, you you would probably expect that. I originally picked that up because you didn't have a lot of instantaneous stun, and I was like, okay, I can punish the draft at that point. But because I had first pick, my last pick wasn't going to be guaranteed, like knowing what your draft was going to be. So if you did pick up an instant stun, then Sven stun and Elder Titan stomp on top of her is just, it's going to kill her every time. So when I saw your draft, by the end of it, I was like, well, I could technically put her bottom and put Centaur mid, but Centaur is going to match up horribly versus Sniper. So it's one of those things that it's really good to pick for that late game and like to plan something around a flexible pick. But if you don't know how to get around that pick, I just put them into mid and then have the supports be a roaming support duo to help out mid as well. So, yeah. That's definitely my style of drafting.
Yeah. So, like I said, this draft was a little unprepared. I originally had a all-tank draft with a sniper frontlining, and then I kind of changed it up. And the first pick, Rubick, threw me off because I decided I wanted an Enigma last minute. I was like, I'm going to pick Enigma. I think that I could round out a draft pretty well, especially last pick. Also, I love the hero, one of my favorite heroes to play. So Rubick's a little interesting, and so is the Clockwork. Those are the two heroes that I'm scared of as Enigma until I get at least BKB or a LINKENS or something. The Clockwork's Battery Assault. If you try to jump in and black hole somebody, it's an easy way to waste a black hole if Clockwork's Battery Assault is going and you happen to get hit by it. But yeah, so basically to break down like items real quick, I decided, because I'll break down the team fight ideas that I had in my head first. I feel like Sniper is somewhat easy to gank if you can get to the backside of him, but coming, I mean, obviously with the gank, you don't want to come from the front side, but he can kind of just set back in lane and then also just throwing down shrapnel charges. So if you try to gank him, so like say Rubick comes and lifts him, and you have to be kind of under their tower unless the equilibrium is off a little bit and it's on the enemy's high ground or on your high ground. I feel like Sniper does okay, and then you have the Elder Titan to TP in and the Enigma to TP in with his Malefice or whatever it's called. And then Elder Titan, as long as shrapnel's not down, he's able to sleep everybody. And even if it is down, he's able to sleep for just that small little middle, like I don't even know how long it lasts, just a little bit, just to help Sniper escape if he is being ganked. So, and then you also have the Spirit Breaker, of course, who can charge in and help the Sniper who's being ganked. So I felt like with the team that I have, the team fight base would obviously be around Enigma. Once Enigma hits 6, and he's going to hit 6 a lot faster than Rubick, because not a lot faster if Rubick's in a dual lane with Clockwork roaming, but a decently faster.
I feel like it's going to be much faster, man. Like the potential of how fast he farms in jungle is incredible, and you're putting him off lane. Like he can quasi jungle when he does that too. So
yeah, I was just thinking about the potential another potential that kind of scared me is I tried the first time I ever tried Enigma off lane. I saw Universe or somebody run it, and I was like, oh my god, that's beautiful, and I'm gonna try it. I got a Treant and Dazzle against me, and I was like, I'm fine. But then, Treant camped me, Dazzle's throwing his poison on me, I'm being bashed back when I was a bash from Treant, and they're just punching down. So I was kind of scared of maybe Clockwork and Rubick, you just sacrificing, they're letting the Lifestealer just solo, the Clockwork and Rubick just kind of roaming with the Battery Assault, the Cogs, and the Lift. It'd be kind of a pain, but also he's right there by that shrine, so somebody could TP in or the Spirit Breaker could charge and help, and then you could yeah, I mean, you can't shrine up until like 5 minutes. So anyway, Enigma will reach 6, and once he reaches 6, you can pretty much, I feel like, pick just about any lane and just go to that lane and take a tower. One, you have the push potential from Enigma's Eidolons, and then Sniper pushes decently well. And then you have the team fight. So if somebody comes into you, say you come in and you silence us and you dream coil us, and you have the Centaur coming in and stunning and Clockwork, like that sucks. However, we have, as long as we do not, like, it all depends on cooperation, like, with your team. As long as your sniper is not throwing down shrapnels just in panic mode or whatever, you're going to get a sleep off. And once you get your sleep off, then you can set up your fight how you want to with the Sven stun, the Enigma black hole. The Spirit Breaker can pick off whoever's outside of the black hole if anyone's outside of it. Then you throw down the shrapnel charges, and things just kind of go on from there. And it's kind of it's a wonky kind of team fight. It's not like your traditional like Enigma with AA and Earthshaker, like, you know, or just team like outright team fight. So anyway, I just feel like it pushes decently well, and I'm having Sniper get a DESO in this game. So I just felt like pushing team fight, can't really go wrong with either of those. Items wise, you see Rubick, and when you have Enigma and you see a Rubick, it's kind of scary because it's like you are allowing someone else to potentially make bigger plays than what you can. So with Enigma, I was having item-wise to go the typical build. If you need a soul ring for the offlane, get a soul ring, probably arcanes. And then I'm not going to go blink. We already have the setup that we need. I'm going to go blink later, but at that point, I'm probably going to go LINKENS. LINKENS, Greaves, and then BKB or blink. You can kind of decide which you want to get first. BKB would be good for like the battery assault. That way you don't have to worry about jumping in and dealing with that.
Now versus my team, you wouldn't really want to build the LINKENS, right? Because you don't have a lot of LINKENS to block. Or
say again. I was thinking the LINKENS mainly because LINKENS and Greaves. Mainly because the Greaves to deal with the puck silence and the LINKENS to deal with the Rubick steal if he's not in the black hole or whatever. Because Centuar can't really stomp him whenever a black hole's going on. He can possibly prevent him from blinking in or something like that. But and then BKB, like I said, versus the steal and versus like a hook shot or something like that doesn't really help. I don't know. Does hook shot go through black hole?
It does.
It does. Yeah.
Because it stuns before he gets there. Like he doesn't have to actually get there. It stuns as he's getting to him. So it actually prevents the whole black hole problem.
Okay. Yeah. So, but anyway, you could go LINKENS or you could go BKB first, whichever you prefer. And then Sniper I had going Phase, and then Hurricane Pike, DESO, and then just a damage item after that. You could go like MJOLNIR or something like that, or MKB. Or even like if you need like a Manta or something like that, obviously, and then BKB or whatever you need after. Spirit Breaker, I have Boots, Urn, and then I have Sange, and then after that, Lotus or Blade Mail, and then finishing that Sange into a Halberd. That early damage is always good, and you could all like just skip the Lotus or Blade Mail and just go an early Halberd and then get the Blade Mail or Lotus afterwards. But I feel like the earlier you get a Blade Mail, typically the better. That's just my philosophy, I guess. And then,
what's up?
Okay, I had Earthshaker items down. This is what you did to me. Look what you did.
I mean, dude, everyone's playing him. Like, I can't let you just have that hero.
I know, and I was thinking like, all right, I'm just gonna first pick him or second pick him, and we'll be fine. And then you banned him. I was like, damn it.
Yep.
Okay. So
expect that every week, my friend. Expect that every week. Cause I'm not gonna give up on the hate on that
guy. Elder Titan. Okay, that's kind of a little bit different items. Okay, so I'm gonna go Arcanes because you don't have a whole lot of arcane carriers on this team, and Arcanes is gonna be really good with your Sven and your Sniper. Just that extra mana regen for shrapnel and the Sven stuns and the armor and all that, and his ult. So I feel like Arcanes are pretty good. Arcanes, Yules, and then after that, I feel like a Solar Crest is pretty good on that hero. A Lotus Orb if you need it on that hero. But if you're already going to get it on the Spirit Breaker, then you could have two. It's never bad to have two. But if you want to get a different item earlier than the Lotus, you can. And then with the Sven, I have Treads, Mask of Madness, and then Echo Saber or SNY or both. I feel like you don't really need both, though. You just kind of decide what you want. I think the Echo Saber would be decent. It helps you burst down people while they're in the black hole a lot faster. That way you don't have to... you're not having one of those scenarios where a black hole ends and everyone's close to death, but then Centaur ults and he's like, see ya. And then Blink, and then BKB or damage, whichever you need. Probably BKB at that point, and then after BKB damage with that hero. And yeah, that's what I have. It's like I said, it was a last minute draft.
Yeah, I like the idea of your draft so far, Kimbrell. I actually think that I'm kind of having some trouble on your 5. Like, you're gonna have Elder Titan as your 5.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's
not sure. It's a little iffy. Or you could just sacrifice and have, I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah. It's some good potential. And one thing I gotta say about your draft, I do like a lot of the different combinations, but the one thing that's really killing me is the Elder Titan and Sniper, my friend. I'm kind of like the guy who like always talks about Sniper because I guess I've played him way too much. But whenever I look at the hero and I look at the idea of like where he fits in, almost all the time I'm using a shrapnel, and then Elder Titan like can't stomp people because I just put down a shrapnel and it's like, oh, okay, crap. Now he can't stomp people in that area. But it did give us the movement, the slowdown to be able to let that happen and work to begin with. So it's kind of a weird combination right there. And I never pick the two because also, like you said, Maelstrom and MJOLNIR are both items that I love to pick up on Sniper. And if you're using that pew-pew in the back and you're hitting some creeps, and then at the same time it hits a creep and then it starts chaining, and then it wakes up the sleep guys. And that's awful. Like, I cannot... I just can't stand that combination. Honestly, I really like the Earth Spirit a little bit. I'm not Earth Spirit. Earth Shaker a little bit more to begin with. But then you have an Earth Shaker as your 5.
Yeah. So the Enigma was originally not my first pick. It was going to be Earthshaker then Ogre, and I was just going to have this tanky-ass team with the Sniper with the front line.
Yeah, okay, you said Ogre earlier. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, so and I could even take out the Elder Titan and put in something like an Ogre, or put in something, a different support hero, like a Disruptor or a Jakiro. But I was just thinking about setup, and then once I picked it, I was like, Sniper Shrapnel, it's whatever. Just cooperate and don't throw out. I don't know.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm glad you didn't go for Disruptor as your last pick, because I was kind of baiting you into it. Really, I know people like to play Disruptor versus a Centaur and a Puck, but honestly, it's not that big a deal if you play around it correctly. You get Yules on a Puck, and it doesn't really matter that much. There's a lot of different like ways that you can move around it. Like, yeah, your movement speed in the very beginning doesn't really mean as much, so you don't use it as a defensive tool. You use it purely as an offensive tool. And as long as you move correctly and you take the right team fights, then it's possible to play around that. Whereas a lot of people, they run into the mistake whenever they go up against a Disruptor, and they'll pick that up in drafts, and they're like, oh man, this is the perfect counter to these heroes. It's like, yeah, it totally is, if they don't like group up for a good team fight or like group up for good ganks. And I felt like that was the best move, and picking up the Enigma kind of gives you that availability. And something that a lot of people don't know is that, yeah, Enigma is like his classic counter is a Rubick, but if you use it correctly and you get if you get the Enigma very, very tanky and he just exists forever and he doesn't have to use his black hole, it can actually kind of counter out the Rubick, because the Rubick has to stay back. He has to be able to cancel it, and he has to be able to grab it. Otherwise, it's just a dunzo fight. And
you can't. Also, as Rubick, like, I feel like this is a problem I run into unless I'm like a 4-position Rubick. You can't wait for the perfect moment. You can, but you can't. If he's not going to use black hole, you kind of, I mean, stealing like a Sven stun would always be good. Stealing shrapnel is fine. Like, stealing something else would be fine. But then if you like say the Enigma is very coherent of what's going on, and he's like, okay, Rubick just used spell steal, I'm in a black hole now, and it's like, oh, you know, I have this shitty cooldown. You have to wait 12 seconds or however long it is, unless you have an Ags and, like I said, you're like the 4-position. Then you gotta wait a minute. So I feel like Rubick is, like you said, the classic counter, but there's also ways around it. It's just a matter of knowing where the Rubick's at, knowing when he last used spell steal, and maybe itemizing better and just using black hole correctly instead of. I know a lot of people will see like 4 people grouped up and they'll blink in black hole and they're like, yes, and then Rubick, you know, comes out and he's like, it's mine, and he steals it and he's like, and the rest of your team's dead. I was like, black hole, you know, it's so.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
So the blink build doesn't work, but actually putting him in the off lane gives him the availability to get up that farm and uses him kind of in the lane potential where he wants to be able to get tanky to be able to farm the lane. So it's a much different style build, and it's actually kind of beats the Rubick in some points. So I don't actually think that was a bad pick for that at all. I think that it's actually really solid. And one of the things, to your credit as well, is that I love picking up Enigma because of his just being able to take out a Jug or a Lifestealer. Alright, you got an ability that you can get a free BKB. Well, you're still locked down for forever long while my team is smacking you in the face. And that's great to have with someone like Sven as well, who has that cleave. So, honestly, a lot of people love to do, what is it? RP guy, Magnus. A lot of people love to do Magnus with that combination because all the cleave in the world, and yeah, that's an interesting and fun combination. But when you get down to it, the black hole it has a much bigger presence than what RP has. RP is kind of like a thing that's waiting and waiting and waiting, and then if you miss it, then it's a problem. Black hole continues to be that lane, that area zoning team fight ultimate that RP just doesn't have the same availability for.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I feel like. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go. You go.
Okay, I was just saying. I feel like. Oh, now I lost my thought. We were talking about black hole being a better, just a bigger presence than RP. I feel like that's completely true, and I feel like also RP does a little bit of damage, but black hole does quite a bit of damage, especially if you get the midnight pulse down. So you jump in midnight pulse, black hole, and if you are farmed enough and you have an Ags, you have 2 midnight pulses going on and black hole, and it's just like it's a crap ton of damage, especially if you land 3 to 5 people in it. So.
Oh, most definitely. One thing, though, that a lot of people don't realize is that if I see Enigma, Clockwork is like my #1 pick. Clockwork is so good versus Enigma. Having that ambient stun that's just around him all the time is so good, man. Like, even if you miss your hook, there's a possibility to still stun out of it. So that's another thing that I love to, like, kind of go around and try to, like, analyze what I would do with your style of draft, how I would focus it in a team fight, is definitely have Clockwork focus out the Enigma, and I would actually have Rubick focus out, not do the classic Rubick thing, and I would have him focus out the Spirit Breaker and hopefully grab Shrapnel, like you were saying before.
No.
But honestly, you don't want the person who I'd want to jump in is either Centaur or Puck on the Lifestealer. I would never jump in on Clockwork, because with this lineup, someone has to die versus your team. Someone has to be put on the pyres to sacrifice to the Dota gods at this point. And Clockwork is that man. He's a robot anyway. It's fine. Don't worry about him. So yeah, interesting draft, interesting outcome at this point. I think I got you, my friend. I think I got you.
I agree. I feel like if I change up my draft a little bit, I think I'm okay. But I do agree. I do feel like your draft is better than mine. I feel like it wins in this because honestly, out of all of the heroes, the Clockwork is what scares me the most.
Yep.
It's because like I told you, that was a hero I had planned on banning. And as soon as you picked it, I was just like, you picked Clockwork and you banned the Earthshaker, and I was just like, well, all right, that's fine.
I thought about keeping him in because I had the Clockwork. Like, Clockwork's the classic counter, but
yeah,
I was actually not wanting to pick up the Clock, but honestly, the best way to counter Clock is Night Stalker now, man. That flying during night, it's just incredible. And if I didn't ban him out, I was like, okay, I'm totally going to either pick up Clock or Night Stalker. Those are my 2 favorite in the first beginning phase. Everything else, I don't Like, you can pick anything else in this game, in this meta at this point, but Clock and Night Stalker are just so good at the first phase, man. So
Night Stalker, so anytime Monkey King's picked, I insta-lock Night Stalker. Because that flying vision, like, oh, I know he's in those trees. Flying vision, quelling blade, trees down. He's stunned forever. You hit him, it's nighttime, and then you freaking void him. Oh, dude, it's...
In silence.
Yes, in silence, obviously. That's so good. That hero is super good. I've played him a few times in this patch, and he's so strong.
Yeah, definitely. I actually didn't even think of that, but yeah, he's very strong versus him. That's actually one of the reasons. I mean, we have Monkey King being able to has dropped off a lot because of all the different nerfs, but really, I think it's the buffs to the other heroes that have really put him into dire straits. I really like they still really haven't hurt Earth Spirit, and a good Earth Spirit player is still viable at this point to pick up that hero, even though he's not as favorable as he once was. And Earth Spirits is a great way to counter him. Clock, great way to counter him. Like, they have a lot of different ways to counter the hero at this point, and it makes a lot of sense. I was actually gonna pick him up as the carry this game. I was thinking about it, but Kimbrell ruins all my plans. All my plans. All right. Well, good draft, man. Anything else you want to explain about your draft, or want to talk about anything else? Give you.
Oh, I don't think so. I think I'm just looking at heroes I could replace like Elder Titan with, and there's just a few. I mean, I mentioned Disruptor earlier, but there's like a Jakiro always. There's an AA. There's a Witch Doctor or an Undying. I think would be okay. But there was a few heroes I could just replace the Elder Titan with. Elder Titan as a 5 kind of sucks, and then also we talked about the other issues with him. But yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that sadly has to end our show. We're gonna have to go to our closeout at this point. So switching back over. If you guys are interested in anything, if you guys are interested in anything that we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks, we're going to be switching over to our new station. We're going to be going to our, at ZPanda Studios. You can follow us there at Twitter to get all the deets on that. You can also follow us on our Twitch is just twitch.tv/ZombiePandaStudios, all one word, kind of long, but you know, something to keep in the back of your mind. You can always go there. We're probably going to be hosting from that site next week. Fingers crossed, if I'm a good boy and get it all done. So, and I don't go down a hole of Dota or, you know, Darkest Dungeon again.
Darkest Dungeons, yeah.
But anything of Toffees, because he is the man. Anything that you guys want to listen to his channel, you guys can always find his stuff at Twitch channel. His Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Toffees TV. You can also go to his YouTube channel at 5 Midas Gaming, and we will be there. This will be where it will be posted, obviously, if you're interested to see our faces in this new computer quality. If you have any interest in listening to the VODs instead of watching listening to the podcast instead of watching the VODs, you can find us on Stitcher, iTunes, or SoundCloud. If you have any questions for me or Kimbrell, you can follow me at my Twitter page, at FlubbDota. Oh, man. We forgot the beers. We forgot to rate the beers. And Kimbrell is... okay. Alright. Mistake number 5, that feels like, for today.
It's off the rails. This is the messiest podcast we've had so far. I'm okay with it. You got a new computer. I have a new job. There's just a lot going on. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
I want to know how bad your IPA is.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I am so sorry, everyone. I got all out of my rhythm in the very beginning, and it is just one shit show after another, if I do say so myself. All right, so Kimbrell, before we close out, how do you rate this beer? I know you've rated it once before. How's it feeling to you now?
It's still pretty good. I think I gave it a 3.5 or a 4 last time, and that's probably where I would put it again. It's right around a 4. It's not terrible. It's not like really bitter or anything. It's pretty smooth. The artwork is just creepy.
Yeah.
It's just really creepy. But anyway, the beer quality-wise, I would give it a 4. And it's really good. I would drink it again. I'd probably get some weird looks if I drink it like out in public or at a party or something. But I'd definitely drink it again. How is your IPA, sir?
It's a beer. I mean, it'll get you there. So I got to give it a 2, man. This has got to be the lowest I've rated so far. Sweetwater, maybe it's a good brand, man, but like, don't experiment with pineapple. Not pineapple with beer. I know it's summer, but I don't want pineapple in my beer. If I'm gonna get some pineapple drink, I'm gonna get like hard liquor in it. Don't put like hops and especially super hoppy stuff in an IPA. I don't know. I may even go as low as 1.5, man. I don't want to give it a 1, but because I gotta save that for a special occasion, my friend. Something I just like can't drink. It's got to be a 1. So it's still doable. It's just it's that beer that you're drinking on that your friend's like super excited about, and you're like, yeah, this is just it's good, I guess. So
yeah, I mean, it was free also, so
exactly.
You know, it'd be too bad. Can't
dog it too much. Free beer is best beer. So. All right, so an actual closeout now, instead of me being all ridiculous. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Because I want to make sure that I'm not screwing anything up here.
No, I think we're good. You covered the Zombie Panda stuff. You covered everything else. You covered our beers. Oh, I think we're good to go.
Okay. So finally, we got through the Zombie Panda. So if you guys have any information, you can listen. You can follow us on any of that, any of the other things. I'm just gonna skip down to the Twitters because I know you guys are kind of fed up with me screwing up all these times. We're gonna go to our Twitters. You can follow me at Flubb Dota, where I actually do good work, and you will, if you listen to next week, you will hear good work by both of us once again. Not this week. Follow us. Follow Kimbrell at his page at @skimbrell_. And if you have any questions for me, you can always send me. Did I do something wrong? I feel like your face is saying I'm doing something wrong. Okay.
No.
All right. crazyflubb@gmail.com. All right, guys. I'm glad that you shared a brew with me today. Apparently, it affected me more than ever. I guess this beer should be better than I rated it, but I'm glad that you were able to sit down and have a beer with me today and draft with us today. And I will catch you guys next week on a brand new Brewmaster's draft, or I will catch you Sunday for the Flubb date. Catch you guys later.
Bye, everyone.
Oh my God. All right.